As expected, Israel's crackdown on Palestinians in Jerusalem and the West Bank have led to a new escalation in the Gaza Strip. Israeli security forces have been harassing Palestinians in the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem and even restricting the movement of worshippers there since the beginning of April. During the same period, at least 19 Palestinians were killed in the West Bank and East Jerusalem, where security forces carried out a series of raids. Ultimately, these acts have led to a reaction from Palestinian armed factions based in the Gaza Strip. Late on April 18th, a rocket was launched from Gaza at the nearby settlement of Kisufim. The Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, said that the rocket was intercepted by the Iron Dome air defense system. Despite the alleged interception, the IDF responded to the rocket attack. Early on April 19th, Israeli warplanes struck a weapons manufacturing site of the Hamas movement, the de facto ruler of Gaza. No casualties were reported. During the Israeli strikes, the military wing of Hamas, the Izz ad-Din al-Qassam brigades, targeted an Israeli fighter jet with a 9K-32 Strela 2 man-portable air defense system. The jet was not hit. However, the incident was seen by observers as a major escalation. On April 20th, Israeli security clashed with Palestinian worshippers in the Al-Aqsa mosques once again. Some injuries were reported. Palestinian factions responded on the same day by launching a rocket from Gaza at the nearby Israeli city of Sderot. The rocket attack resulted in some material losses. Early on April 21st, the IDF hit back, targeting an underground complex used to produce rocket engines, a Hamas launch compound, and an anti-aircraft missile storage facility in Gaza. Palestinian sources didn't report any casualties as a result of the strikes. During the strikes, Palestinian armed factions opened fire at Israeli fighter jets, attack helicopters, and drones with heavy machine guns. The Iron Dome air defense system mistook the machine gun fire for a salvo of rockets. The system launched a number of interceptors as a result. Initially, the IDF claimed that 4 rockets were intercepted over Sderot. Later, Israeli sources admitted that no rockets were intercepted. Israeli sources said that 5 settlers were taken to Barzilai Hospital as a result of the fire exchange. 2 suffered from anxiety, and 3 from minor trauma after falling over while running to the bomb shelters. A few hours after the Israeli strikes, another rocket was launched from Gaza. However, it fell short within the enclave's territory. Also on April 21st, a car was hit by bullets in the southern Israeli town of Shlomit, close to the border with Egypt. The IDF says that the shots were likely errant rounds fired from Egypt. Despite recent escalations, Israeli security forces stormed the Al-Aqsa Mosque during Friday prayers on April 22nd. The Palestinian Red Crescent said that up to 31 Palestinians were wounded after being assaulted by police officers. 2 of the wounded are reportedly in critical condition. Israel's crackdown on Palestinians in Jerusalem and the West Bank was widely condemned by Arab states, even by the United Arab Emirates, UAE, which enjoys warm relations with Tel Aviv. Currently, Egypt is leading the efforts to de-escalate tensions in the Gaza Strip. Israel's repeated assaults on the Al-Aqsa Mosque will not likely help these efforts. The Hamas movement, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, and several other factions in the Gaza Strip have already warned that they will respond to Israel's strict security measures against Palestinians in Jerusalem and the West Bank. A full-on military confrontation between the IDF and Gaza's armed factions could break out soon, as Tel Aviv has been ignoring the Palestinian warnings.